We're not the richest city in the country. We're far from it. We're one of the poorest. Yet we got the highest taxes in the country.
The percentage of children living in poverty jumped to 40% last year.
One of the highest child poverty rates in the industrialized world.
We're 91.6% minority.
Every time you go to the corner stores, people begging you for a dime or a nickel.
Bridgeport at one time was a very rich community.
Things was a lot better.
Income just stopped being distributed.
You can't afford to live anywhere else.
We are not truly a great nation until all of us are strong.
In politics today, we give credibility to the madness of Donald Trump.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created.
And the approval ratings of Congress and the Senate are at an all-time low.
Just 14% of Americans approve of the way Congress is handling its job.
This is the least productive Congress in the modern history of the United States.
The system is broken, and one can only hope the polarizing climate changes.
It was not made that way in the Constitution. You'd be ashamed of yourself. We live in a democracy, but not here. But not here.
In Bridgeport, Connecticut on December 1st, Joe Ganim was sworn in as the new mayor.
I do, so help me God.
Leading up to the inauguration, his administration was dealt two serious blows by the outgoing mayor Bill Finch before Ganim could even open his office door.
Former Mayor Bill Finch has generated controversy during his last days in office. Finch renewed Bridgeport Police Chief Joseph Gaudet's contract for another 5 years.
Finch, in a move that only hurts the citizens of Bridgeport and shows his sheer incompetence and pettiness, renewed the contract of Police Chief Joseph Gaudet.
It's concerning. So it's being looked into, the legality of it.
In a legal loophole, Gaudet's contract was renewed for 5 years.
I think both politically and policy-wise, it was an intentional act trying to create a wedge between the police department and me, the new administration. I think that's just wrong.
Most new mayors are allowed to appoint their own police chief, and one wonders if this was one last incompetent move from a public official who ran one of the worst mayoral campaigns in city history.
In his final hours in office, Finch also handed himself and other city employees hundreds of thousands of dollars in retroactive raises. Ganim's office called the moves an attempt to sabotage their administration.
In an even more spiteful and vindictive move, Finch also authorized retroactive pay increases for dozens of discretionary appointees.
It definitely is a kick in the face.
Ganim's administration says that this could put them in a dire financial situation.
It means there's either going to be cuts of some amount up to $2.5 million in order to deal with that, or some raising of revenues is going to have to be done, or obviously a combination of both.
There's certainly some disappointments in the way that the past administration left City Hall, but you know, we're going to have plenty of time over the next few weeks to deal with those challenges. The challenges, not insurmountable challenges, to deal with them. There's budget challenges in addition to the money that was paid out recently. There's personnel issues in every department.
As Ganim took the stage at the Klein Auditorium, it was clear that his past was now that.
I've learned that in America, and particularly in this great city, if you're true to a cause, work hard, and are not afraid to ask for a second chance, you can find that experience, that moment of redemption.
He was the next mayor and should only be judged moving forward in what he does for the citizens of Bridgeport.
The past is done, and the future, our future, has now begun.
He is assembling a strong team with competent advisors and appointees. In the next 6 months should be an interesting transition for Bridgeport.